Today at they took place yesterday at the Great Rift Valley Golf Club. And now let's move away from golf. We want to get into something very, very interesting, and it's all about who is the strongest man in Kenya. Do you believe that you are the strongest man in Kenya? Well, we have the representative for that competition here, and we want to get to hear from them about, you know, what it takes to be the greatest and the most strongest, or rather the strongest man in Kenya, right? Yes, I have with me James Bugwa, who is not new in the show today. James, how are you?
Fine.
How was your week?
Not bad. Grateful, thankful to God, and so nice to be here with you once again on Scoreline. Talk about Kenya's strongest man.
Umetutoka sana.
Siwezi watoka. It's been a minute, but yeah, we are back now. Very excited about what the year holds for us.
Yes, so excited about what the year holds for us. And we also have Albert.
Yes.
Chayuga. Yes, you know, even from the physique, somebody will look at you and somebody will look at me. Yeah. We are not the same.
Of course, yes.
How was your week?
My week has been great. Mm-hmm. I've been in a series of events about training and preparation to the forthcoming competitions. Mm-hmm. So everything is set.
Yeah, everything is set.
Yeah.
James, 2023.
Yes.
Kenya's strongest man. You know, what should we expect? I mean, what activities do you have laid out for the entire year?
So it's been a while, because the last time we held the Kenya Strongest Man was in 2019, right before the COVID pandemic. COVID pandemic actually took us out right in the middle of preparing for the Kenya Strongest Man circuit in 2020. So we are back now, and we are so excited because for the first time we are doing an online qualifier format where we're giving opportunity for all and sundry.
Why online?
It's because of inclusivity. By taking this online, remember initially we used to do the regional events where we'd go to places like Kisumu, Mombasa, Kakamega, Machakos, Nakuru to do the qualifiers. But still, as much as we were going around the country, we couldn't cover the entire country.
Yes.
So with the online qualifier format, it means it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you can access a smartphone, be able to shoot a video, and access some internet, you're able to do your video, upload it, and let us judge you from what you posted.
There's a big question that normally arises when you try to do something online, and it's something to do with, you know, how genuine people are. There are people who are, you know, bent towards cheating. How are you addressing that?
So that's it's a legit question. But remember that the format that we are utilizing, we are not the first ones to do it. Case in point, CrossFit Games, actually they employ this particular type of format, and you have over 400,000 athletes participating in the CrossFit Games. In strongman circles as well, the Ultimate Strongman competition as well is also doing online qualifiers. So we are not the first. But to answer your question with regard to the steps that we've taken, we have a particular...
There is legibility.
Yes. So we have a specific app that you have to use to shoot and record your videos. It's called the WordProof app. Yes. It makes it more harder for one to tamper with the video.
Yes.
With regard to the equipment you're using, we have standardized them. There's the standards that we've released of what you can use. It has to be an Olympic standard bar, 20 kilograms, and the weights. And then there's also a particular way that you have to shoot your video.
Yes.
So you'll shoot your video, and once you've lifted your weights, you have to remove them one by one, displaying the weight that you've lifted. Yes. So it's quite foolproof in terms of being able, tamper-proof rather. And again, we are banking on our athletes because we know this is a disciplined sport, and so we count on their integrity. And we know that as Kenyans as well, kuna integrity, we're integrous people.
Yes.
So we believe that together with the discipline angle and what we put in place will ensure that we have credible results.
Albert, this is not the first time that you will be taking part in Kenya's Strongest Man. I mean, how has the journey been for you now that you are amongst the strongest people that we have in the country?
The journey has not been easy for me because there are challenges we face when it comes to preparations. At times you face financial challenges, at times you face equipment challenges, so you have to shift from one place to the other based on preparations. At some point, finance becomes a challenge because I might need a certain facility, but I have to travel all the way to Rongai so that I can get to that certain facility.
Yes.
At some point, I have to travel all the way to Runda. There's a friend of mine who trains there. I have to go there so that I can get to that facility.
Yes.
So there are numerous challenges, but since I've just taken sports as a personal initiative,
Yes.
it becomes easy for me because it is personal to me.
Yes.
I've just taken sports as a lifestyle. Yeah.
You know, most of the times we tend to think that people that take part in this conversation of Kenya's Strongest Man are tough talking, but Albert, you are very soft speaking. Or is it because that, you know, it's all about, you know, I'm soft spoken, but let the actions do the work?
No, you have to be flexible because I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a trainer.
Yes.
So you have to be flexible based on where you are.
Yes.
Yes. When I'm in the gym,
Yes.
I'm that tough because I'm facing my activities.
Yes.
When I get to the house, I'm a father, I'm a husband. When I get to my clients, I'm a trainer. So you just have to be flexible based on where
So you have to fit into the environment that you are in.
Of course, yes.
Yes. So how long have you been taking part in Kenya's Strongest Man competition, and what prompted you to get into this competition?
Okay, we are the pioneers of this game because since the first day it started,
Yes.
we started with it up to now. And I had that eager to be one day to participate in a competitive competition. So it's something that was within me since long ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And James, of course, I want to digress a bit from Albert, and I want to get into you. I mean, you've been doing this Kenya's Strongest Man for almost 6-7 years now. Yes. I mean, how has the progression been?
I'm so proud to be with Albert here today because Albert, as he's mentioned, he was among the very first athletes that we started with. When we held the first event in 2015, we had only 8 contestants, and
Yes.
Albert happens to be one of those pioneer athletes for Kenya's Strongest Man. In terms of the athletes pool, it has grown tremendously because when initially it was even hard to pull enough participants for an event.
Yes.
Right now, we are running an online qualifier and we're expecting 60 to 100 people to participate in the online qualifiers only.
Yes.
In terms of the pool, how wide it has become, we now have in our database, we have over 300, 400 athletes that have participated in Kenya's Strongest Man itself. And there are other competitions that have also mushroomed around Kenya's Strongest Man. So the sport is growing. Remember in 2018, that's the first time we had a ladies version, a ladies competition. Also testament to the fact that the sport is progressing well.
Yeah,
I was going there. You're going there.
After I finish.
Yes. And also just positioning ourselves for regional dominance. If you look at across the East Africa space, Kenya's Strongest Man and the strongman community within Kenya is way ahead of what is happening around us. So I believe that we are in the right trajectory. We are moving in the right direction. And it's just a matter of time before strongman now is considered as one of the mainstream competitions.
Let's get to the ladies. I mean, we've had this discussion before, James, and you are inviting ladies also to take part in Kenya's Strongest Man, and the winner is Kenya's Strongest Woman. And what baffles me, or what ticks my mind, is that the women that are taking part in this competition are career women. They have other things to do, but they also want to take part in this competition. What do you have to say about it?
It's very exciting. One thing that probably would explain that is the fact that the fitness industry in general is really blossoming in Kenya. As people take up the fitness lifestyle, and then as you begin your fitness life and fitness journey, one probably realizes, okay, I have some extra strength, and entering a competition, I believe, adds to that motivation to even accomplish your own personal goals. And so you have athletes who probably they just started off as, I want to lose weight, or I want to gain some muscles. And then when they put competition into it, it becomes even more, they become even more invested. So that partly explains it. Initially, we were so hesitant to introduce a ladies sport, a ladies version of strongman.
Yes.
Because we thought maybe physical strength as an attribute in our culture and in our setting is something that mostly we want to attribute it, we want to associate it with men.
Yes.
But shock on us, because when we did the first, actually in 2016, we had a lady who showed up at the Kisumu Sports Ground for the Kisumu regional qualifiers.
Yes.
And she insisted that she was going to participate against the men.
Yes.
And it was an eye-opening, an awakening to us, like, okay, there are ladies who really want to participate. So it's exciting to have them, also to just to balance the testosterone, not to make it very masculine.
Yes.
So we're very excited to have the ladies on board, and we're seeing it's continuing to attract more women.
Albert, right now, Kenya's strongest man, Chris, who is in Qatar at the moment, and then you have, I think number 2 is Wamalwa. Wamalwa is number 2. So, what structures have you laid out for yourself to make sure that you can bypass the 2 to be the strongest man in the country?
Okay, personally, since that given day I started participating in a competitive competition, I told myself I'm my own opponent. I should first win against myself before winning against my other opponents. So passion communicates on my behalf.
Yes.
Because as you well know, in Kenya, if we were to compete because of money, there could be no competition in Kenya.
Definitely.
So passion really drives me. So I'm not after competing against anybody, I'm competing against myself.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to move Chris out of this conversation, and then you are left with Wamalwa. Because Chris is in Qatar, he takes part in Qatar's Strongest Man. So your biggest competition or your biggest opponent is Wamalwa. And what aspirations do you have probably in the next 5 years? Because the competition has been between Wamalwa, yourself, and 2 other, individuals. So what do you plan to do that you, so that you can be actually claimed as Kenya's strongest man?
No, we have a number of events. Since we have a number of events, I know very well I'm better at some certain events, and Wamalwa is not better in other events. So I capitalize on my events, and I capitalize on Wamalwa's challenges. Yes.
Yes, we'll be looking forward to that. We'll be waiting to see. Personally, I'll be paying you a visit in the gym to see that goes through. I remember back in 2015 when this event was taking place, James brought me to Kawangware, where we had a number of contestants taking part, just doing their practice and trying to make sure that everything is in shape for them. But last year, it was just a notch higher. So, James, the event is going down in November, but you've started recruitment really, really early. Why?
4th November is the national finals. And it's not very different from what we've done in the past, save for the online aspect. Because this is the athletes will need at least like at minimum 2 months to prepare for the finals.
Yes.
So what we are running now is actually the activation for the participants to register and to qualify. Once they qualify end of August, they now have this time to prepare for the November finals.
Yes.
Yes, so we started now just to create the awareness about the regional, the online qualifiers, have as many people participating, have them register and have them post their videos so that by end of August, we know who is in the finals so that they can start preparing adequately.
So are you going the alpha fit way of, pitting each other, on the internet so that when it comes to the finals, you have the best of the best?
Yes. we are hoping to get the very best. This competition, apart from just qualifying the best into the finals, we want the guys lifting in the gym to know where they place in the list of strength in Kenya. So it doesn't matter whether you'll be number 70, number 50, as Albert has said, it's also important to compete against yourself. So there are those who will be competing just to know where do I stand in the rank. If there's a list of Kenya's strongest men, where am I based on this results from this competition? And then the top 16 in the men category and the top 12 in the ladies category are going to make it into the finals.
Albert, before we go for a break, how much can you bench press?
140.
140 kgs.
Yes.
Yes, 140 kgs. And has that been an issue for you, or you gradually graduated into that weight?
I graduated to that weight slowly by slowly. Yes.
And probably in the Kenyan strongest man, how much will you be able to bench, the target that you've set for yourself? And aside from bench pressing, I believe there are other activities like, aside from bench pressing, the weight that you can carry on your arms. What target have you set for yourself that now you can become Kenya's strongest man?
Okay, in strongman competitions, we don't bench press.
Oh, they remove bench pressing?
Yes, in strongman competitions, we don't do bench press.
Yes.
In strongman competitions, we focus on deadlifts, squats, overhead presses, and cardio activities.
Yes.
So I'm well prepared for squats, I'm well prepared for deadlifts, I'm well prepared for other activities because as for now, the qualifiers we just have 3 activities.
Yes.
So I'm preparing for these activities and well prepared for
Which are these 3 activities that you are?
We have deadlift, 1 max rep,
1 max rep,
then squats 4 reps,
yes,
then deadlift hold. So I'm well prepared for those 3 activities and still I've spared some space in my mind, well prepared for the next activities that will be set aside for the main competition. Yes.
In November.
Yes.
Yes. James, as we wind up, where can people get to, you said this is online before, we get into the field. Where can people log in and, apply for this competition? All
right. So the whole information is on our socials. Facebook, Kenya Strongest Man Competition.
Yes.
On Instagram, Kenya Strongest Man. On Twitter as well, Kenya Strongest Man. So by just logging in and also checking our YouTube channel, Kenya Strongest Man channel, there you'll get all the standards, all the 3 activities for registering. You'll get the link to the online registration forms.
Yes.
So all the information is there. It's just a matter of visit those pages, click on the link, upload your information, get the standards for all activities and the dates. Everything is there on the socials.
Who do you think will be Kenya's strongest man?
Unaniseti. I know it will be a tight one. It will be a tight one.
Yes.
Chris Okech again. He's defended it. He's the 2-time strongman now
in Kenya.
In Kenya, he's done it twice in a row.
Qatar is strongest man.
Yes.
4 times in a row.
8 times now. He's won it 8 times now.
Yes.
And of course for Malwa, the guy is blazing. Every competition he's entering now, even internationally.
And there is Albert.
Yes, Albert is here. So it will be very interesting. And you also have some lots of new blood coming in. Younger men who've taken advantage of the last 2-3 years when there was no competition within the Kenya Strongest Man.
What is it for the winners?
At the finals, probably last time we did 200,000 for the winner, 100,000 for the runners-up, and 50,000 for the second runners-up. We are hoping we'll be able to at least take it a notch higher, all dependent on how well the partnerships will fall into place. At least we have the 3 months to do that, but definitely there will be cash prizes and other gifts alongside it.
Thank you very much, James. This week we'll be visiting Albert and see how his preparations are for Kenya's strongest man. So I want us to take a short break. When we come back, it's all about the Women's World Cup. We'll take a look at the results from the matches that were played yesterday and the matches that were played in the morning. And after that, we'll be speaking about the 5-star football tournament. That will be in just a moment.